What is the greatest asset you bring to the table? Is it the friends that you have? Is it the money that you have? Is it the education that you have? Is it the experience that you have? See, as a leader, we honestly ask that question of ourselves and those around us every single day. Maybe not out loud, but deep inside. I'm Loren Norris with Leading Leaders Podcast. And if you're the kind of leader who's not asking the question, what is it that I bring to the table? Then instead you're the kind of leader who presumes that your very presence is everything the world needs. I am here, therefore I will be a success. I am here, therefore everything you need is met. Maybe you've heard that phrase, she thinks she's God's gift to men, or he thinks he's God's gift to women. And really what they're saying is this person is thoroughly convinced that their presence is the solution to every problem, regardless of what the problem is. But see, the reality is when we allow ourselves to be conceited or arrogant about what it is that we really bring to the table, oftentimes we lose sight of what we actually really bring to the table. How many of you know someone who, when you ask them about their value in life, their first answer is the list of people they're connected to? Well, I belong to this organization or this association, and my friends are these people or these people. Maybe they talk about political circles, maybe they talk about celebrity circles, and they truly believe that they're known by the company that they keep and nothing else. Now, yes, you are known by the company you keep, and that's a pretty significant factor. Who your friends are, that goes a long way, because those connections will introduce you to people to expand your realm of influence, to give you greater opportunity to impact lives that you alone wouldn't impact. But there's also a reality that if your only identity, if your only value in life is the vicarious nature of the people that you know, the people who know your name, are you really adding any value like that? Jeffrey Epstein knew a lot of people. Jeffrey Epstein also had the second thing that a lot of people would consider themselves to be a success by, and that is a large bank account. Because with great wealth comes great responsibility and great opportunity. And so you can open a lot of doors, build a lot of relationships, be connected to a lot of people if you have a lot of money. There are people who have a lot of money and their influence is still not a great influence on the people around them. Nor do they use that money to create opportunity for other people or to open doors of opportunity for other people, to create jobs or to create wealth for others. They just use that money for power and wealth. And that's it. So are you identified by your connections, the people you know, good, bad, or otherwise? Are you identified simply by the volume of your bank account or your assets? Are you known by your education? When people say, who are you, what do you do? Suddenly they get an alphabet soup of all your credentials. Where you went to school and what you went to school for and what you studied and what certifications you have. Do you find that your experiences alone identify you? And so the greatest thing you have to bring to the table is the bad things you've been through. There's been a real push, especially in the world of motivational speakers and leadership coaches and things of that nature, that the push is, if you're going to be on the platform or write a book or tell a story or teach a class, that you start with the tragedy that you've been through. You tell them all the bad stuff that happened to you. Then the aha moment and the win, meaning you've turned your life around and you've found a way to save yourself, or you found a way to pull yourself up by the bootstraps and start over. And therefore, you have a solution that the entire world needs because you have experience. And I have to be honest and say, there's a lot of value in all of those. When you combine together your experiences with your education, with your wealth and your ability to employ that wealth to take action to do something good for the people around you, and you Bring in the connections that you have and get them inspired and motivated to do the same with their wealth, with their experience, with their education. Then as a leader, you're making a huge impact. But I also believe that there are a lot of those things deep down inside of us that we kind of hide, especially in the world of our experiences, that become lids on our leadership. The things that we're afraid of anyone knowing, the connections that maybe we had from the past and we don't want the whole world knowing about them. The education that we failed to get, and so we wear it instead like a chip on our shoulder. The experience that we had that makes us feel shameful or not so proud of the things that we've done, the mistakes that we've made. Or the lack of an enormous bank account that makes us feel like I don't feel like I have anything to offer because I can't write a check for $1 million or even $10,000 or even $1,000 and I can't contribute that way, and so I'll just stay on the sidelines and do nothing. Leaders, I want to challenge you to take some time and go introspective and ask yourself the question, what is it that I really bring to the table? What uniquely is me that gives me the opportunity to be an asset to others? Maybe it's not your bank account, but don't live in the shame of that. Maybe it's not your experiences, but don't live in the shame of that. Maybe it's not your education, but don't live in the shame of that. Don't allow what you are not, what you don't have, to stop you from being who you are based on what you do have. I'm Loren Norris with Leading Leaders Podcast for Tell It Like It Is TV. Have a blessed day.
Leadership team. If attitude is going to have a deep impact on your business and bottom line, make it a positive attitude with a positive impact. Visit jlorennorris.com/attitude hack